Hey there, Matt Heggelund here, Product Manager, MPOWR Envision. Excited to be back here today with our August video for our product release this month. Highlights of which include our Microsoft Teams integration. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the Teams integration does for us. So from the left navigation here on my dashboard, I am going to click in and go to System Settings and Integrations. Something just to call out here before I move forward is if you do not see system settings as an option in your left drawer, it just simply means you don't have the permission to view that. So you are not a system admin or do not have a system admin role. Someone in your organization should have that, or multiple people might. So they would either need to complete the integration setup or they would need to give your user that system admin role in order to complete the integration setup. So I'm going to click integrations here. And we're going to notice across the top here, we see Microsoft Teams and Slack in our little communication area. So this page has changed slightly just to break out our communication integrations versus our file storage integrations down below here. But Teams and Slack are our communication, and they both essentially do the same thing, where a specific update in Envision will trigger or broadcast a notification into a Teams or Slack channel. When I am looking at this now, I've already done some work ahead of time just for time purposes, but my Teams integration is already toggled to on, and I can click configure. Yours is going to look like this Slack integration where I have to toggle it on before I can click configure. So just do that, and then you'll be able to click configure like myself. And then from here, the Teams integration page. So now I'm going to look at the top instructions here, and it says select a strategic plan and configure the integration. You will receive a notification of Microsoft Teams on the following actions. So over to the right, it lists the specific actions that are going to trigger or broadcast an update into Teams. A new action item is created, a new progress note is added, a new KPI is created, a new data point has been added to a KPI, or the status of a tactic action item has been updated. So if I look down below here, I'll actually want to configure the integration. So it has all my plans. I know which plan I want to set up, or configure. So I'm going to look up my Scoops plan. Oops, can't spell today. And if I look up Scoops, I'm going to click configure. And again, I said I've already done some work ahead of time, so it already shows configured and activated over here, but I'm going to click configure. And from here, when you get to this page, this webhook URL is going to be empty. And what you're going to need to do is over here on the right, we have some instructions. And the first, these sets of steps are what you'll need to do in Microsoft Teams in order to get this webhook. And essentially, you will copy the webhook that it gives you in Teams, and you'll paste it into this field in Envision. Something to call out here is just making sure that you know that sending activity out of MPOWR Envision and into Teams bypasses the security of Envision. Anyone who has access to your Microsoft Teams will be able to see the activity, regardless of whether they have access to that information in Envision. So something as we go down to the second setting here, the sensitivity level, we default it to standard sensitivity, which means that if you have anything that's marked as restricted or confidential in your plan, we are not going to send that by default. Just another safeguard to make sure that you're not accidentally giving somebody that shouldn't be able to see something access to that through Teams. So if I needed to, I could change this, but for now, I'm just going to leave it on standard. And notifications by default is going to be turned on. So when I click save, it's actually going to enable the integration. And from there, I'm just going to click back to my dashboard real quick. But in Teams, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it open here, and we're going to see what has happened. So the one I want to pay most attention to is this one at 1:11 p.m. It says integration with Envision has been successfully established. So when you do successfully configure the integration in Envision, we will actually send a notification to Teams just letting you know that the integration was successfully established. So for now, let's take a look at what I do in Envision and then what shows up in Teams. So I'm going to minimize that real quick, and I'm going to dive into my reminders widget and take a look at something that I need to update. So let's go ahead and click into this. And I see the status is pending, and I am ready to work on this. So I'm going to change it from pending to in progress. And I'm going to take a look at a progress note here. I'm going to add a progress note. Was delayed because of our vendor maybe. Ready to move forward. See attachment for more details. And I'm going to click Google Drive here and attach something through my Google Drive integration. And let's just call it the project proposal. Select that, and I'm going to publish this note. All right, so the note has appeared in here, and now if I go into the Teams, I am going to see, if I scroll down here to get to the latest, 137 here, I just added a note. So the progress note has been added to the action item evaluate market data. Gives me the note right here. This action item was delayed because of our vendor, ready to move forward. See attachment for more details. And then it has a link to the actual attachment. So any updates sent to Envision or from Envision to Teams, excuse me, is going to include either one hyperlink or multiple hyperlinks depending on what the update is for. If I look at this update above me, status of action item has been updated. So I can see this is the action item that has been updated, a hyperlink back to it. And then I can see the old status was pending and the new status was progress. I won't show all of the triggers or notifications right now, but just again, anytime an action item has been created, an action item progress or status has been updated, a new progress note with an attachment for a key performance indicator has been created, and then anytime a data point has been added to that KPI as well. So pretty robust. I think of it as a one-way integration that you're probably spending a lot of time in Teams, especially in today's remote world, or Slack, if you will, if you want to do the same integration but use Slack. So it's just a nice, easy way to keep everybody up to date. We do have email and browser notifications, but a lot of people spend most of their day communicating and collaborating back and forth in Teams. So it just adds another layer of how easy it is to access and continue on executing your plan, regardless of where you're spending your day. You're not having to remember to log into Envision to check things. Again, it's just a nice, easy way to keep track on progress. All right, so we're back on our dashboard, and we're going to take a look at this search improvement, one of the things besides Teams that was included in the August release. So up on my search, I'm going to just choose my Scoops demo plan. I want to specifically search only that plan. I'm going to leave search blank here. I'm just going to do an open search of that plan. So from there, I've got my search results, but let's say I only want to look at key performance indicators. All right, and let's say I don't see anything that I need here on page 1. Let's go to page 2. Don't see what I need here, so I'm going to go to page 3. All right, I finally have what I need here. So I'm going to click into waste reduction. And I'm going to take a look. I'm going to do whatever I need to do while I was doing that search. For my purposes, I'm just going to take a look at it. And now I'm going to use the back button in the browser. And now you'll notice that the search has remembered where I was. I was on page 3 looking at waste reduction. I had the search filtered by Scoops demo only, and then I had KPIs filtered out as well. So before or previous versions, when you got to this point and I would have clicked into waste reduction and then I would have clicked back, it would have taken me all the way back to the original search state. So I would have been taken back to page 1, and this would have been off. So I would have had to redo my search and apply any filters, get back to the page I was on to continue on that search. The system or application now remembers where you were in the search, what filters you had applied, so you can simply find something in the search, click into it, but then when you click back, you can resume your search if you need to do further analysis through the search results. Another thing I want to show you is from our KPI dashboard. I'm going to go to the KPI dashboard, and you're going to notice this quick search for KPI here. So let's say I only want to look for sales KPIs. I can quickly do a search here that applies or looks up anything that has the word sales in it. So again, just something else that a customer had provided feedback, nice, something quick and easy. So again, just a reminder, those last two things, the search improvement, remembering where you were, and then this KPI, the quick search to the KPI dashboard, these all came from customers' suggestions or feedback. So I just want to make sure that we reinforce how responsive we are to customer feedback. We're constantly listening and striving to improve. Your feedback is what makes the product great. We don't want to develop things inside of a box and then get it out to the masses and it not be useful. So as we roll new things out, even older things, any sort of feedback you have, please make sure to submit it. I'll show you over here in the bottom right corner. If you click Need Help, there is a Submit an Idea button here, and if I click that, it's going to bring me to what we call our idea portal, and it's going to allow you to see all previous ideas that have already been submitted, the current status of them, any comments made by people like myself at MPOWR, responding to your suggestions, as well as adding new ideas. You can vote on previous ideas, so I just want to make sure everybody knows that's there, because we do try to at least try to get, I'll say try, it's sometimes hard to do based on some bigger projects on our roadmap, but we do try to include at least one customer feedback or one customer idea in every release. So I just wanted to reinforce that as I showed that search improvement and then the quick search on the KPI. Again, we hope you like what we brought you in August. We have some things on tap for September and beyond. We're really excited to show you. Look forward to it, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll be back in September with another product video. Thank you and have a great day.